Alright, a lot has happened. Like, a lot has happened. So, if you can tell, I've got a slightly different character. So I didn't like the look of my character. This is my final product. And I went through and replayed everything. It took me less than a day. Up to this point again. It's like, no, I don't want to travel. But, come back here. All I did was come in here, helped out the pink girl. She didn't have a fucking ladder. And I walked down and talked to the Ella and the people with the dead zombies, helping them farm, and then made my way back up to Fior here, or whatever the fuck it's called. And, but yeah, so I made a new character, ran through the whole thing, and luckily the bug for that one mission that I was talking about before, it fixed itself. So, they fixed it, and I was able to at least complete that mission. And, I mean, there's nothing really any different besides, like, there's really nothing different, to be honest. I mean, I just changed my character, I, spared the assassin, I made the same choices. Only one thing I did different was I experimented with, the other godlike, and I was able to convince him to change his ways, pretty much, instead of killing him, or killing myself, because I tried that too. So, I was able to do that, which was cool. Yeah, besides that, I made the same choice for everything. But now we are here, and, I don't know, I'm excited to leave. It's like, oh wait, weren't you at the...
Ah, the Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwig said you might be heading this way. Captain Alfir of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy. Fair enough, envoy. Talk to the man all you'd like. When diplomacy fails, the Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adiran interests. Barter for peace, prepare for war. We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
She's as subtle as a broadside. Does subtle mean something different outside of Solas?
I'll put her up against a broadside or something if she wants, you know what I mean? Alright. Do you have anything else to say to me?
Shouldn't you be on your way?
Okay. I mean, I will be.
Oh, this will be so very useful back home.
Ward, huh?
They do such lovely work here, don't they?
Hang on. I know you from Solas, right?
I'm afraid I don't know who you are. Just as you don't know who I am.
You're Blessed Man. I remember you. I got you.
So, we understand each other then. I never thought the world of animancy could be so varied and fascinating. I can make use of so much of this equipment. Yeah, I suppose it's a bit unusual to see one of my people about, but I'm here on important business. If you see anyone else from Soles Keep, just do me a favor and don't tell them you saw me. It's not worth talking about, really. Some of my fellow wardens might misunderstand.
But we still don't even know why you're here.
You know what I mean. And Marius, it was good to see you. May you find all you're looking for and more. It's important that the council not hear about this.
Genuine healing crystal. Rejuvenate and revitalize your personal essence.
Okay, it seems like a little side quest that we're gonna have to take care of, whether we tell them that he's here or not, maybe. Real cookies, whatever.
Oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the dream scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
Huh?
Oh, sure. I can't take the blame for all of Fior's problems, but my negligence has only made things worse. The dead of Fior expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
Are you volunteering us to hang out in a graveyard?
Oh, if you would, that would simply be wonderful. I wouldn't know how to thank you.
Sure.
Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone, they bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
I did, yes. With things the way they are, there was no other way to get what I need for the ritual. If I didn't think this was important, I wouldn't have taken the food. But this ritual is the key to everything.
I don't buy it.
I know Elena would understand how important it is to pay tribute to the dead. But this does help the living. By appeasing the dead, we end the dangers their anger caused. The crops will grow again. The dream scourge will end. All will be well once more.
No.
You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast. Loggers from the old days, they sacrificed themselves to make the land habitable and lost their lives to creatures of the untamed forest. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here. The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fior, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds. I understand how it looks, but appeasing the dead is vital, especially in times like these. I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
Okay. I will probably speak to the grain merchant wherever they are.
Empty again. Seems that way. Vidaro says the current crop looks promising, though.
How can he know that? He's not a farmer.
Be patient. He hasn't steered us wrong before.
I am not accustomed to
Neither am I. But it happens to the best of us, no? They made up their minds before we even started.
Say this much, I've barely been in here. And I've already been filling out my quest board like crazy. Like,
It's okay, we'll try again.
But it's the third time.
You know how it is. Their standards are impossible. It isn't personal.
Of course it's personal. It's the Animonsters workshop.
Maybe we need some feedback on our proposal.
Using essence to cure male flaccidity is uncharted territory. I'm sure of our thesis.
Excellent. That bodes well, but I'm still not convinced. Perhaps our proposal title wasn't clever enough? What do you think of this? Boning without bones, essence and the performativity of male anatomy.
Consider this. From stick to stone, using essence to augment male performance.
you know what? Erecting the future.
That's brilliant, huh? Simply brilliant.
We've done it again.
Wait until they read this. The days of packing rope are at an end.
It doesn't seem like if I even choose, like, oh, time with the shit going on, doing this or this, like, it doesn't seem like that's really worth talking about for the most part.
Giata, what's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no Dream Scourge in Emerald State.
The land. We are discussing it now.
I guess that's my key for that.
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike? Charmed. Forgive me for staring. It's just, we don't see many of your kind anymore.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Tempers are high, but I don't see any assassins. Yet.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
Why are you in the middle of the street with a private discussion? And anyways. Exactly, yeah.
We have Giata to thank for that.
As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now our farms. Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
We definitely agree on that.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
As usual, Giatta never misses a chance to slander me. I don't ignore her concerns, only her methods.
And you still do nothing. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Giatta from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark. I see you're unfamiliar with animancy. You don't appreciate just how dangerous that could be. Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
But if we worked together, I wouldn't stand between you and your... Maybe we...
Then we'd better do it somewhere else. Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Giatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Banished?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
What the hell?
Perhaps, but I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
I'll find us another bedroom.
Yeah, I guess so. Jeez. But I understand. If you look at the crop fields, they're all dying. There's not enough food to go around. And all.
By tradition, the governor's manor is open to the public.
We met by secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise. Ah. So I talk about his father? Huh.
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Giatta is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fior Messiverno. I believe the nature of the living lands is unpredictable, and animancy is our best chance at getting it under control. But what Giatta wishes to do is more dangerous by far than what she's trying to solve. Quilici wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering. Don't waste your time on him. For your sake, I hope you make the right one.
This Nim dude wouldn't see a Balrog coming if it did a little dance right in front of him.
If there's nothing more, I have a city to run.
I won't talk about that right now. So I kind of get a better feel for like what's going on in this whole town, or whole city. So.
I've got a powerful feeling we weren't supposed to see this.
Oh, she has
Where
it.
did you go?
What? She has it right here in your own fucking house. Hell. What? That raises all kinds of fucking questions.
Ado, welcome to my flat. Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late. Is that Gelard? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well. No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchanted. I did receive a shipment from Solace Keep recently, however. A mace crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galawain's Tusks. I suggest you make your way there if you're looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galawain's Tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff. Well, that's one way to save your coin.
Is there Anything else I can help you with, amigo?
Much of exceptional stuff. Now I've been seeing this awakened Atra. I might just take this. And why not? And I'm always buying fucking lockpicks so I don't fucking run out. And as for right now, I'm just going to come here. I'm going to equip that. Put this away. Oh, shit.
Welcome to my fine establishment, amigo.
Hell am I? Oh, damn, it's important.
Found the machine.
What do you think of Giatta's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a little
unpredictable. Like the sense of direction.
How did you know?
We should talk, but not here.
Excuse me, but I'm
Yeah, you're fucking busy.
The Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned. About
This again. You're beginning to sound like Giatta.
Have you ever stopped and listened to her? She might be onto something.
I'm sure her mother and father were onto something, and look what happened to them.
So clearly, her parents died trying to, well, studying animancing. Maybe they brought something to life that killed them, or was this a bad experiment that went wrong?
I can't let anyone else. Ah, Envoy. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now. Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck? No. To harness these forces for so small a price is too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelmir's treatise on Vodka. Perhaps she's right. Maybe animancy should be reined in. How can I? All right. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
Yep. there's always so much stuff to read. Not that I don't mind at all. I like having, lore and stuff, but just,
I had one job. One job. I couldn't even do that.
Orion. It ain't godlike.
The crops ruin all.
Can anything be done?
Well, I'll be a godlike in the bone and bore. Apologies for the ruckus outside. The animancers never know when to shut their mouths. Sounds like you've traveled a fair bit. Although even by Fior standards, tensions are at a breaking point. Except Giata and Quilici, that is. They are the only animancers taking the Dream Scourge seriously.
well, they should.
Try telling that to Vidaro and the Animancers. But the rest of us, we've all heard the rumors from outside. Animals gone mad, terrors stalking the wilderness day and night. Birth's bells, of course. If Emerald Stair runs out of food, we are in dire straits anyway. We've had crops fail before, but never food rations. The governor says it's just a temporary precaution, but I am not buying it. So, we ought to drink while we can. Agreed? Anything I can get you?
I'm so thrown off about, what he has, or that the woman clearly has fucking the Dream Scourge in that fucking room.
Welcome back, envoy.
You've spoken to the sentries lately?
They are like us, spread too thin.
The lands change. If it's not
Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been?
Don't get me started on the sequels.
If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate. I'd like to be. They're out searching. Someone had to hold down the fort. My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here. Brasilia. Their names are Belena and Adalaro. I doubt they'll be apart. They were good rangers once, but since they've caught each other's eye, all they do is sneak off to...
Make babies! Screw each other.
Oh, fine. Get right to it, then.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
All right. Dutin wandering out by a river. Consider them found. Maybe we don't look too soon. Give them a while. Know what I mean?
They've had 3 days. What do you mean, give them a while? That's more than enough time. I can't go through this. Am I supposed to even be in here? I mean, I'm assuming I can.
Have you heard? Giata's causing trouble at the governor's mansion again.
You must admit she has a point. We should do something about the Dream Scourge. Not simply wait for it to pass.
Careful with that kind of talk. The governor has ears all over town.
Now, something's wrong with the fucking governor, I'll tell you that much.
Would you care for a refreshment? We have only two rules of conduct. Maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice. Thank you. This establishment is a haven for animancers, so I try to keep it free of stress. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement. Regrettably, we are out of tea. My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them. Trinkets I have collected over the years.
Ooh. God, I do want those. I don't really care about the treasure map so much. Only because I'll do some pretty thorough investigating anyway, so now it's coming here. So the ones I have on shock damage, but it says 15. And it makes essence stuff cost less, so I want to put those on. Send that out. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. 20% move speed is quite a bit, but I'll just keep what I have on for now. I just think that's way too good for me to get rid of. At least at the moment.
Spirits are truly wonderful, powerful, self-aware, and reach with insight.
Insight, you say?
Oh yeah, the board. Yes, I forgot about that. All right. Grab this. Over here and speak to Giada.
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners, if you please.
I thought she was being polite.
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego. What does he know? He isn't even an animancer.
I mean, I'm not
You
even...
did challenge his authority.
I know, but... Curses. Without Fior Missiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
I wish I could take credit for Giada's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want. On my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long. Well, straight to business then. I can respect that. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast. I hope so, because we're running out of options. Manto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us.
Is that the guy I talked
Elia
to?
Rossell is an authority on the undead.
Yes, I talked to her.
Her methods
She's got
are
that far.
controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town.
Yep.
And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fior. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
Okay.
I'd rather not speculate until we have more data. If you have questions, I'm sure the others can answer them. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Okay.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations next time we go shopping.
Well, I wonder how I feel about
Eye,
you.
Imperial envoy.
Are you a rat?
Who knew?
Out here. Basement. Giada's basement. You even have a key in here? What's this? I saw a key. Maybe that's something I get later on once we start doing some of this. I mean, you're outcasted anyways. You can't stay here. Zero. This batch. A bounty on somebody. A bear. Oh, looks like a Dream Scourge bear. Another
Be
one.
careful with old Luna. Oh, los poors.
Another little gain.
Oh,
Alright.
oh, the Crentons. Bunch of butzos, if you ask me. But they are gorgeous, I'll admit.
Can I interest you in some glaive berries or better smells, perhaps? Welcome to Poria in Velino, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair.
Why do you talk like that? Ooh, I haven't seen a wand yet, though. I don't think I have one. Alright, that'll be on my next list to get. She has a lot of exception stuff. Cool.
All ingredients are fully stocked.
Surprisingly. Alright, I've pretty much been everywhere. This is Felicia's house, right? I've been here.
Darling, look. Isn't my new vase just beautiful?
Oh! It's a little short girl.
Beautiful. Its very presence brings on the color of your eyes.
I've already been in here.
But is it not too similar to the other?
Did you still need something, dearie? Music to my ears. We'll speak later then.
Docks. These are all the people I gotta fight. Oh, Ranger headquarters is here. Okay. Yeah, I've got a bucket load of things to do already in this. I feel like I've already got way more stuff that people to talk to than from the first area, surprisingly. Alright. Let's see.
Listen, if you need food, you're going to have to get in line like everyone else.
There's no line.
I don't think there's anything that can be done. I'm hoping the Animancers can find a solution. Honestly, my biggest issue seems to be rats taking the food. Or thieves. I just want the food at this point, but I'm pretty sure it's lost. The Rangers have taken on extra hunts as part of their patrols, which has helped some. The problem is that the things they bring back tend not to be edible, thanks to the blight. Rosanna? I couldn't have guessed that in a million years. I would normally let this sort of thing slide, but right now, every piece of food missing is a person who goes hungry. Right now, I'd much rather have the food, but this will go a long way if we ever get another merchant from Dawnshore. Thank you. It may not seem like much, but this could mean life or death to some people. I should get back to it. Stay safe out there.
I'll cover the cost of the food, and then I'll still take it out and like drop it off at the graves or whatever that she wanted me to do. So. That way I get the most amount of XP for the mission, and I mean, I don't know, still a good outcome, I guess, I would think. What the hell is that noise? Oh, did it get up? It's not dead no more.
Envoy, a pleasure as always. Giatta Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town? That's our governor for you. Self-righteous even in his own ignorance. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo. You did? That was quick. Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace. So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen.
I did remember seeing like the plants grow more plentiful and like better here.
It's possible, but we don't share research if we can avoid it. That's one of the reasons I moved out here. The other reason being my corpses. They don't enjoy living behind walls, if you can call it living. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Seems a little far-fetched. Then again, what isn't these days? You're a godlike, so anything is possible. Perhaps your nature will grant you more answers.
All right.
Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely way too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
Did you hear the Giato? Remy, look what I found. A genuine godlike.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend? Remy, take a note. Fluent speech and upright posture show marks of sophistication in the endangered godlike. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
I suppose we owe her a favor. Or two.
Giata must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind.
What?
Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giata needs to finish her research. Deal? What a novel idea. But no, I don't really see the appeal.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
Who wouldn't? My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? So, you believe we need your help. Interesting.
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone? Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, Godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
It's just
So,
me,
Giata
though. It
wants
wasn't
to
like
know all about
Godlike.
the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
There's no cure for the Dream Scourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giata will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Of course. The idea is a bit high-minded. Adra acts like a pathway for souls as they rejoin the wheel.
And the Dream Scourge is a plague of the soul, is it not?
So, just as Adra channels essence, so too may it provide a key to discovering more about the Dream Scourge. An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
Hurry, before they change their minds.
Ugh, I might have dozed off there for a bit. Were any of those words the ones we needed?
Alright. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff to kind of unpack there. So I'm going to leave this as a short episode. As like an intro to like a lot of possibilities and questions and what the thing is inside of me, the thorn in my soul. Like maybe what it has to do to connect to the Dream Scourge. Since they actually told me to go to an ultra test it there and stuff. So there's a lot of interesting stuff. So yeah, there's a lot to ponder. Just more questions, my goodness.